Hi, I'm Scott. I design, build, and repair woodworking pieces. I'm opening up the doors to my shop to help you become a better woodworker. My wife and I decided to renovate our staircase. We had golden oak handrails and spindles and really worn out carpet. We've decided to close in the stair stringers, beef up the newel posts, add some wainscoting, and paint it all out to give it a more traditional look. This renovation is going to take a few episodes, so please stay tuned. Right now I'm doing the preparation work for putting in the railings. This is the top of the closed stringer, and on top of that I need to put the shoe rail. So this is what I've got built so far. It's a 1x4 rounded over corners, and I have to plow a dado in the middle here to secure those spindles. So I'll show you how I'm making that in the workshop. The first step is to cut all the pieces to rough length. I cut them a little bit long because once I've got all the pieces milled, I'm going to be cutting them to fit. Then I move on to sanding to get rid of the plane marks on the boards before I do any roundovers on the edges. I put on the profile using a roundover bit. I do it in two passes. The first pass is to remove just a bulk of material, so that on the second pass there's a lot less material for the rotor bit to have to work through. Now that my boards have been routed and sanded, I'm ready for the last step, and that's putting a groove in here for the spindles. So I need to get a groove somewhere in the center there so these spindles can be recessed in it. And to do that, I use a dado set. A dado is just a groove in wood, and a dado set looks like this. Typically it's stacked, a blade on either side with chippers in the middle. So I'm going to put that in the saw and prep that for making that dado. So now that this is all set, what I'm going to do is line up my fence to get about midpoint here. But as you can see, I have to cut a much wider groove than that dado set will allow. So I'll get the first one set, and then I'm going to work my way sideways to get the right width. To make sure the dado is in the center of the board, what I do is run the board through on one side of the fence, and then turn it around and run the other side. That way I've got equal distances on each side. I'm getting closer to the right width on this. I've got the spindle here, you can see it's just off by a little bit. So I'm going to bump that fence over and just dial it in. So here you can see I've got the final fit, and that's a nice snug fit there. So that's plowed out. I need to do fillets that are the same width and same depth, and then I've got all the parts ready to go for the stairs. I installed the shoe rail with construction adhesive, and I drove some screws through the dado. This really needs to be a strong structure to make sure that the spindles aren't going to be moving around on the staircase. Here's a sneak peek at how the spindles get installed. This is another video on how to install railings and spindles on a closed stringer staircase. You can watch this video and others on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.